This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we talk about the first workouts you guys are going to be doing when you get back to the gym. It'll be on Dan's email list, so sign up. We also talk, did kids do any work during lockdown? My defence of Starbucks and cereal mascots. Right, 3, 2, 1. Look at my fingers, Dan. They're massive.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, bud?
Only if your name's Prince Charles, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
that picture going around. It's
what
quite
is
horrifying. It's just
It
like
is.
Richmond sausages, isn't it, on his hands? Like, it doesn't look good. Just
I know,
does not look good.
just a sign of a incredibly rich red meat, red wine, everything red diet, isn't it?
It just looks like his fingers just look like those sausages you get at like a really cheap hotel buffet. Do you know, like?
Oh
just-
yeah.
Those sausages.
They're,
Yeah, just
they're
those.
really
like,
fat, but not very long. And you're like, what's going
Yeah.
on there?
yeah, it's not a good look, is it? But,
Quite.
but yeah, no.
It's like you've only spent about £1 on that pack of 8. That's what's happened.
Yeah, if that. Jeez. But yeah. Anyway, no, we're all good, mate. All good. How are you?
Yeah. I mean, Bunkercasts. I mean, must be 20, 30. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Just change the name of the podcast to Bunkercast. It's not
Call
any
it,
different.
Bunker.
I think it's gonna be 2021 by the time we do an actual like podcast again, like normal.
Like, yeah, in the gym. Well, I don't know, in the gym. We'll talk about that today, obviously. I don't know if we've had updates, but I think it's coming to fruition. Maybe in the know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll talk about it, I guess. But yeah,
A lot
what
of
was
people ask me that question. They're like, "You must know." I'm like, "No, why would I know? Why would like what are they going to direct line to it? Like, oh, have you heard anything? You heard anything though? You must have heard something though. Must have heard. Well, no. Why would I have heard something? I've got the same access as you have to all the information. Go find out.
Yeah,
But I've got you, to be fair.
You've got me, but you just endlessly just Google it, don't you? You're just like, oh, I can't wait to the gyms. I mean, we were both saying before this, it's like, I'm roughly weighing about 85, 86 kilos, which is about the same that I went into lockdown as. But I've definitely looked better being this weight than previously. So my body is missing lifting some tin, 100%. And you realise how much that is a part of your life.
Yeah.
Might make me love training.
I'm the same. Like, just feeling a bit
Actually,
shit.
I did a session yesterday, which you would have enjoyed. So
Oh,
I just got fed up because Chloe's asleep, and then I was like, I need to move. I hadn't moved really, and we've eaten. Well, I don't know, drunk a bit. What was it, the weekend? No, I played golf all weekend, so I hadn't really worked out. And I went for 100 Bulgarian split squats on each leg, 100 press ups, and 100 kettlebell rows.
That would never even cross my mind to do that. Like, you know, just say like I was bored.
And then I just literally put a timer on and then just went. So it was just 10 sets of 10. It was basically GVT, but kind of smart, not on just one exercise. But yeah, it was all right. I did on body weight, just so anybody's realised, because I was like 100 Bulgarian split squats on each leg. It's like my legs are a little bit sore today, but yeah, it took me about 22 minutes ish to do it all. Honestly don't even know what a good time would be. No idea. Literally no idea. I was just like, this will last me about 15-20 minutes, surely that's enough. Sweating absolute balls because it's so humid. But the weather's been incredibly weird as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Still warm, but it says it's projected to rain every fucking day and hasn't. So
Yeah, I know, it's been a bit weird, hasn't it? But no, I'm similar to you, mate. I sprained my ankle, so I was a bit like,
oh yeah, of course, we got to talk about that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dan's
really badly sprained my ankle.
An athlete.
Yeah, so I sprained my ankle playing basketball at the weekend. I was pissing around.
I actually heard that Isabel basically did an alley oop on you. That's definitely a thing, isn't it?
That wouldn't cause anyone to break their ankle, though, would it? No,
I think it would cause you. How bad she dunked on you and you were like hailing down. Everybody saw it, and then she just went all full Michael Jordan from half court, stretched that arm, and then you got battered away, and then you fell down and just like writhing in pain, started crying. I actually got a WhatsApp voice note from Dan just going but you're taking the piss out of Prince Charles's fingers. Look at your ankle, same fucking thing.
Yeah. Mine's an injury though. Mine's not normally like that.
Bullshit. Have you seen it?
But yeah, no, I've. But even before that, I was like, all right, I need to stop eating so much. And my weight was maintaining, but like you say, when you look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, but I don't look as good as I did at this weight previously. So I was like, yeah, so basically just sort of, did all the, I haven't started tracking per se, but I've just started to do all the simple things like just like having lean meats, breakfast lunches are just basically salads, smoothies, like, no bread based stuff or anything like that, just because it adds up calories real easy. And like I said, lean bacon medallions, egg whites instead of eggs and stuff like that. And then I've kept my dinners the same because we often always have dinner together and it's just easier to keep it the same pretty much without all the anything added to it. I don't, added fats, whatever, just taken out, and then just switched the ice cream for I got the Ben & Jerry's light stuff to try.
Utopia or whatever it is.
Yeah, because I'm not like Halo Top's not great, and like I'm not going like full on fucking dieting for a shoot or anything. I just literally want to control calories where I can, and I was like, well, actually, I'll try them, and they're actually quite good. I have to say,
right, aren't they? They're actually okay.
I was impressed. The salted caramel brownie one is very nice. The chocolate chocolate cherry is good. It's quite rich, to be fair, for how low calorie it is. But yeah, no, everything, like you say, it just gets to that point where you kind of go, actually, you should probably just, control some calories. And for me, smoothies are great. I just love whacking yogurt, bit of milk, loads of fruit, frozen fruit in a blender and drinking it. It really fills me up.
I literally do that every day. Yeah. It's just like a staple thing I have to have. It's more like a mid-morning, maybe if I'm not too fussed about lunch, I'll do that and be like, boom. Smash that.
I mean, I know me. I could eat really nice breakfast, really nice dinner, and I'm usually fine. So for me, it was like, well, actually, if I just go have that during the day, like you say, a couple of them, and then for breakfast, just have
smashes up your protein as well, isn't it? And it's just like boom, like maybe put a bit of protein in it. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't have disgusting protein taste. I was starting to talk about that as well the other day with one of my clients, because he's the same as me, but like, because obviously protein shakes, maybe 5 years ago, we were like absolutely, I don't know, not necking them, but you'd be like religiously doing it and whatever, just like putting in. But it's just like now I can't even bother like standing the taste is awful of most of them. Like they don't taste that good at all. I'd 100% prefer just to have it in a smoothie or make a smoothie.
I think it's a convenience thing, isn't it? Previously, and I think maybe now we're not as bothered, but I'm the same. I don't like it. I don't like them.
I just don't like them at all. I never really liked them. I was like, I felt like I was doing it because I had to. And like now I'm more educated, mate. Speaking to you for 5 years. But yeah, I realised
I don't. Even the smoothies I make now, I just use yogurt. I don't add protein to it.
So I just use if it's like it depends on what yogurt's there. But if it's like just skyr or like Greek yogurt, 0% fat, the stuff I normally buy. Then it's got 20 grams of protein in per tub anyway. So smash that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just go with that, and I've got this one here only because I wanted to try it, the cinnamon cereal milk. But again, it's like it's. If I was to have that now, I'd have to have it with like vanilla ice cream or something to make it like decent tasting. And I just wanted to try to see what it was like, but I just don't use them. I just don't because I think as well. I think you learn that you don't have to slam protein in straight after you work out. So you just kind of go, actually, I'd rather just wait and have a meal. Like that's what I do now, is wait and eat proper food. And even the other day, like my supplements ran out, and I was like, shit, I've not bought any supplements for fucking ages. So I had to go and buy omega-3, vitamin D, like magnesium, zinc, stuff like that.
Pregnancy.
Yeah. And I realised that like, yeah, like the stuff I just forget all the time. I just always forget that sort of stuff. And you realise how it doesn't make a huge impact, but I'd rather go with that now than protein shakes.
Yeah.
Because I think I actually just bet more for me in the longer term. Like I say, you can just have eat lean cheese, some yogurt, meat, you're all right.
I don't know. I mean, we're on the eat lean cheese train for a while, but I've realised I've done a process of elimination. I mean, cover your ears if you want to, or turn off now. It doesn't agree with me very well. It generally makes me incredibly gassy.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the eat lean cheese and
the trick with eat lean is you got to mix it with normal cheese. You can't like if you're gonna do it, you've got to have a bit of both.
Just what I started to do, but it's still like makes me a bit gassy, mate. Because obviously it doesn't melt that well, but it's just like it's there. It's kind of like a thing, but yeah. And I was like, what am I eating? What am I doing? What am I doing differently? I'm like, no. It's like eat lean. It's definitely that. Oh yeah. My sensitive white male stomach, obviously.
Sensitive soul, aren't you? Sensitive soul. So yeah, no, I sort of like, I suppose in anticipation for getting back to the gym soon, I sort of started thinking actually start being smart about this sort of shit. Again, my weight's like exactly where it was, like it's no different. I just know I feel a bit like kind of different. Which I'm sure I'll come back in 4 or 5 weeks being in the gym. You'll feel like you feel fuller and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. Just don't feel nice.
Also, I've just got to do a slight, because I put an Instagram post out today just on some general thoughts of, I think we talked about in the podcast last week, that I want to start to do some more outside based and S&C coaching, because that's what I like doing, and make it a little bit more mandatory for some of my clients to do that. But my defense on having a Starbucks cup, like, what's wrong? What, from your opinion, why would I get shit about having Starbucks? I mean, it's fine. It's like you got to have something every now and again. Every now and again I crave a Starbucks just because I just like, I don't know, just want something like that.
I think it's one of those things where it's understanding that as long as you know it's not good coffee and it's like a different drink to coffee, then you're fine.
I'm just like, I know I'm not going into a workshop or like a decent, like a Monmouth coffee or a Clone & Smalls. I know I'm not doing that, but I'm usually going there for like, I want like a really tall like coffee or something like that, because they do fucking massive ones and I've got a little bit of a walk. I'm like, also, not some of these little coffee shops around Marylebone aren't even open. So workshop's not open, Source isn't open. Some of these aren't. The caffeine isn't open.
Yeah, the thing with it. So here's my thing is like, I don't look at Starbucks and Costa as the same drink as a, like say, Colonna or a workshop.
I prefer Starbucks over Costa.
Yeah, to be fair, I do as well. Yeah. But I think it's just understanding that they're different drinks, and but the thing that annoys me, people go, oh yeah, I love coffee, I love a Starbucks. Like, no, you don't love coffee then, you love a Starbucks. It's different. It's not coffee. That's the difference. It's like I still drink I still drink Nescafe coffee. I still have like the cappuccino sachets, like decaf cappuccino sachets. Yeah, it doesn't taste like a coffee, but it's just like a milky kind of sweet drink. Yeah. And it's, as long as you understand that proper good coffee isn't Starbucks or Nescafe, then it's fine. It's just when people go like, oh, like I proper love coffee, me. Yeah, can't beat a Starbucks. I'm like, you can't.
I put it straight up there, and like 4 people just went straight at me. I was like, what the fuck are you drinking? What the hell is that? I'm like,
But I suppose there's also people who might have a go at you for supporting Starbucks as a company, because
I mean, that's fine. They don't pay the tax. I get that. But I definitely craved a Starbucks as soon as it opened. They also do good like iced coffees, and they're always fucking
do.
And like you can put oat milk in it, and you can change everything. Like you can make it so personalized now on the app, and I don't need to spend like 2 seconds making shitty small talk to the person who owns the boutique coffee shops. I'm like, I don't want that. I want you to leave me alone, let me be on my phone, and I want to take my coffee and go, or just sit down and be on my phone. Fine. I don't want to, but like, have you had a nice day? No, it's fucking COVID-19. Of course I haven't. I've had a miserable day like everybody else. But yeah, anyway, ran over. We got, talking about the gyms, you wanted to talk about kind of something you might release. You will give people for free. But I think on the grapevine, I know that gyms have been told across the country to get ready for July the 4th. So if you're looking for that,
7th.
4th. Why would they get ready for like a Thursday?
I just thought you said July the 4th because it's like Independence Day. I just thought you got your
July the 4th is July the 4th is a Saturday. That's a weird day to be doing. July the 6th. I've been told July the 4th. I'm pretty sure of that. First week of July.
Yeah. I put out a little video the other day on my stories. It was only like 3 or 4, and it was just literally like, when you get back into the gym, don't be a dick. Like, do some real basic movements. Get in, get out. Don't try and set PBs. Don't see where your strength's at. Don't do any of that shit. Just move.
Is this your workout, or is this Daniel's getting back into sex routine?
Yeah. No, that doesn't even start, mate. Don't worry about it. And I had I posted stories, and I had a couple of people reply, and they were like, they've managed to get some new gym equipment. So they were like, I managed to get a barbell. I wish I'd have read this story a week ago, because I was like going straight back into it and thought I'd see how much I could lift, and now I'm really, really sore. And I was like, yeah. And it's like, it's not even about your soreness of your muscles and stuff like that. It's not even what I'm talking about. If you go back into it with a barbell and you start doing squats, deadlifts, bench, whatever, your body is going to just hate you. You're going to be sore everywhere. Not only that, your joints will not thank you, because when you left the gym, your joints and all the tissue around your joints were stronger than they are now. So not only are you going to ruin your muscle tissue, you could also potentially ruin your joints, because they haven't gone through those movements, the same sort of intensity and all that sort of stuff. And your body is going to scream at you when you do those movements again, basically. And this guy was like, yeah, I wish I'd have read this a week ago, because yeah, that's exactly what happened. And I was like, yeah, I know. So what I've done is I put together a very, very basic 6-week gym program for going back into the gym and how you should periodize your training back into the gym. So basically, spoiler alert, back squats are in like week 5. Spoiler alert. Week 1, it's like goblet squats, that sort of thing. And even with that, like the intensity's still tailored. So even with a goblet squat, you still go back in and do like 60-70%. You wouldn't go back in and be like, I could do it with a 30 straight away. You're going to be sore whatever you do. This is about like loading your joints and your body in the correct way. And again, there's no like crazy core work in there. There's no crazy isolation movements. It's literally just compound movements done. So I think on the first week, there's something like first leg day is like 2 sets of 15 on leg press with 60% of your weight, and 2 sets of 15 like hamstring curls, 60%. That's it. That's what you can do for your legs that day. Don't try and do more. Don't try and be a hero. And basically, like, again, with the first few weeks, it'd be like machine-based things, getting used to the movements, being content, being stable, and gradually moving it on from there, and then going towards, some heavier bilateral stuff, heavier single leg stuff, so that by the end of week 6, once you've deloaded, you're back and you're feeling like you can get back in the gym again. But yeah, anyway, so I'm releasing that to my email list next Tuesday. The email's going out. So if you're not on my email list, you will not get it. So go to the link in my bio on Instagram, pause this podcast right now, go on Instagram, sign up for my email list, and you'll get it next Tuesday. And you don't have to follow the exercises perfectly, but you'll see the overall trend will be the same thing. But the idea is you wouldn't incorporate barbells until like week 3, 4, 5, that kind of thing. All right, just be smart. That's what I'm saying. Tom's going to now tell you the exact science and all that sort of shit behind it all, but don't go back in and try and be a hero. All right.
I mean, I'd concur, yeah, but I know the fact is that I would be one of those people. I'd be like, I'll be doing goblet squats. I'll be like, but fuck it, I'll pick up a 40, and I'm gonna be sore for days. But I'm gonna be one of those people who's gonna go against the grain slightly, and what Dan's just said about like doing like the higher reps or whatever. I'll probably go in and just do like, again, still 70-80%, but high load, but like hitting some triples and stuff, because I prefer feeling. I'll take the bang for buck being a little bit sore.
Most people's joints will not be able to handle that, and if their form's not great, like, just trust me on this, okay? Tom thinks he knows best, all right? No, but also as well, like, Tom would have been doing some like more higher intensity plyometric stuff during this period, so therefore he will actually be able to handle some of that load a little bit more. I
actually realised that people wanted to see that, so that's why I filmed some of the stuff I've been doing with Chloe and Sarah in the park, and all that movement based, so lateral speed and all that kind of stuff. Which
because that's intense. Because that's intense.
Yeah, it is
like,
intense.
That's high. When people go out like high intensity, that sort of stuff's intense on your muscles, on your joints, that kind of thing. That's why you can't do shitloads of it, and that's why workouts involving an hour of jumping around are fucking useless. Yes, we do know what we're talking about here. We're not just like making it up.
I'm only doing 6 of these, Tom, but I can nail them. Like, yeah, they look great. They look shit if you did 7 of them. So
yeah, they would look awful if we were here for an hour doing it. So yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, look, obviously it's there, like, it's there for a reason, and the program's written as it is. Like, if you deviate from it and you hurt yourself, that's your, like, like, you're an idiot. Like, it's there, it's basic. I know it's boring, but it's just like I said, 5 weeks.
But like, yeah, just think about it. It's been 3 months of your life, like, stuck in doing 6 weeks of gradual programming. Like, what is that? Nothing, literally nothing. You just spent double the time doing fuck all. So
and even with it, like, week 4 and 5 still has some, like, it has like back squats 1 set of 4 in, like, it still has stuff in there. It just like builds you up gradually, and like you warm up to it, and you know, all this sort of shit. But we'll see if people listen to me, Tom. I don't think they will, but like I said, it is there for you if you do want it next Tuesday. So
that'd be fun. Maybe I'll do it.
What? You won't do it.
Well, no, more the reason is because I have news for most of the fitness community or gym community that probably when gyms start to reopen, guess who won't be allowed to train in their actual own gym? Probably the trainers. Yeah. So that's been interesting, because obviously you want your members in earning money from being in the gym. Yeah, trainers taking up precious space probably won't happen. So if you work in a gym, don't be shocked. And if this is the first source of people telling you, don't be shocked. You probably won't be able to work out still for the next month or so until people get acclimatized to what's actually happening. So I might become a member of somewhere else just for the sake of it, because I might actually want to use the gym. But yeah, maybe I'll go be a member of BXR for a bit, so I can just go at any time. But yeah, not too sure. I don't really particularly want to pay for the third space membership prices for doing that as well, just to book in on the app to go in. Be a bit strange. Right. Not saying it's ludicrously expensive, but I could, for what I'm going to be doing, like a 45-minute workout, like twice a week.
You're probably going to get dragged into work while you're there.
Yeah. They'd be like, "You're not due to be in." I was like, "No, I booked in as a member." "Well, you can do this." No, definitely not. Definitely not. But so it'd be interesting to see what happens when you go back. But yeah, I think most people, with my clients, obviously I've been training, probably the guys I'll get back in the gym, I've been training all the way through this, mostly anyway. Not all the way through, but since we've been allowed to. And it will be basic fucking stuff. I'll be literally going through, I've got my 7 basic exercises. I'll do a hinge, I'll do a squat, I'll do a pull, I'll do a push, I'll do a lunge, and I'll do a rotation, and I'll do a carry. That's going to be their workout, probably one of each, more than likely, and just paired correctly. That's it. Like maybe 7 exercises, so 3 supersets. That's it. That's all I need. See you later. Wonderful. And it's going to be like super simple. It's going to be more of a case of remembering and rehearsing those movement patterns again, and then increasing by load. And just have on the positive note, newbie gains will be a thing again for everybody. So those numbers and those lifts and stuff, get excited. I realize they will be coming lower, but they'll rocket back up. It will not be as hard to get to where you were as it was to get there. That makes sense? Yeah, so those 6 weeks will be boom, 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 boom. You'll jump up. It will be sore. Like you will be sore as fuck the first 2-3 weeks. I'm sore from just like working out like once a week and doing certain stuff with my clients and stuff. So I tend to like join in some of those park workouts because it's quite fun. But yeah, I used to lift up a barbell, a trap bar, a landmine. Oh, gee, that'd be so nice.
Tom, calm down, man.
It's really, I don't know. It's like I actually really just want to move.
I'm the same. Like I think it's made me realize how much for me it's the gym environment and the equipment and everything makes it what it is.
That stuff like me doing like 22 minutes of just non-stop round on stuff where it's not too heavy. So I've got the heaviest kettlebell I have is 20 kilo. So I'm doing that for like sets of 10 on both arms. And then like Bulgarian split squat. So I did no load just because I was there. Ugh. But I was just like, I really just want to go in and just do a heavy triple and sit down for a couple of minutes. I know like aesthetically and like strength wise, like it feels and looks so much better for me when I do that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, ugh. And I'm just demotivated. Like I don't want to spend I'd rather spend an hour doing a few lifts than 22 minutes and hitting. Basically, I did 500 reps of certain exercises. So yeah, just whatever floats through, right? So strange. Yeah. You wanted to talk about some of the stuff that came out about kids. Obviously, hats off to Marcus Rashford, getting the government to realise that probably the people who need paid school meals have been paying for their kids to eat for the last 3 months. So chances are they probably won't have that money when they go back, and it goes back to holidays. So yeah, hats off to that lad. Bad footballer. Ooh. But yeah.
Oh, controversial, Tom.
But
yeah, I think it's one of those things where like it was one of those where I saw an article and it was like almost a bit. It was almost a bit derogatory the way it was talking. Was like, 1 in 3 children have done no work at home, none of their schoolwork at home, and like 2 in 3 have only done 2.5 hours or something a day or whatever it was compared to what they normally should be doing. And I was just like, fuck off. Like, if Isabel was at school and she'd had this time off, I would not be making her do work. I just wouldn't. Like in the grand scheme of things, when they're at school for like 16 years. No, what is it? 11 years of their life. Sorry, that's good maths. 11 years of their life.
Well, you see, who's somebody who needed to go to school.
Yeah. I skipped 3 months of school. It's like to skip 3 months during a pandemic to just spend more time at home with their parents or their kids or their brothers or sisters or whatever. It's like, come on, like, did you really expect the kids to be doing loads of work at home? Really? Like, I just think they're gonna hate it. I would have hated to do it, but I know parents of some kids and they're like, they can't wait to go back to school. They're missing school, a bit like we're missing the gym. It's like, it's not the same. It's just not the same. You haven't got your mates there. It's not like that kind of stimulating environment. Your parents aren't teachers. And I was just a bit shocked by the article because it was almost a bit like almost a bit of a swipe at parents, almost a little bit. Like it almost had that sort of tone to it. And I was just a bit like, come on. 3 months off school is not going to harm any of these kids. And likewise, a bit more fun in their lives. Like, I think Laura's looked at it a lot, obviously, with Isabel when she was growing up about schools and all this sort of stuff. And I think a lot of Scandinavian schools, they're very much built around like playing, and like they don't actually go to formal school till they're like 8, 9 or something daft. Like they actually do a lot of play and a lot of creative stuff. And like I was saying, like 3 months off school to be creative and have fun, and like, yeah, you might have been on your PlayStation or doing all this sort of stuff, but you just had fun. And I think that I bet they'd be amazed that when their kids go back to school, their behaviour in September, I bet you it isn't as bad as they think it's going to be. And I bet you they're actually quite glad to be back because it's not that relentless thing of like, you must do this, you must do that. And yeah, I just felt that the tone was way off on the article. I just think that if you're a parent at home with a kid, like 100%, I wouldn't make them do schoolwork.
It's a weird one as well, because obviously we've said that about training and stuff like that. We've trained less, 100%. I assume some people have been actually been pretty good working from home as well, but maybe they have a good setup, I would assume. Like, I'm okay, I'm bam.
Yeah, if you had a squat rack and a barbell at home, yeah, you train.
Yeah,
much like with a school, if you had a teacher at home, you probably
going from an office to working at home. If you have an office at home or you have a good setup like you do, you know exactly where you're doing, how you've got that system already in place. But probably people have struggled. But kids have been ripped out of the environment for learning. Schools are custom built to be good for learning. That's the whole point of, they've got stuff on the walls that's meant to be like, I don't know, stimulating, all that kind of stuff. They're meant to be, and you've got all those lesson plans and all that kind of stuff that as me as a teacher who've done teaching like courses, etc., how you're meant to be picking up. Yeah, fuck. I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't done teaching courses of how to really like stimulate a child for doing that kind of stuff. Or I do obviously adult teaching. But it's just, I'm surprised they've done 2.5 hours a day.
Oh, yeah, I was. That's what I was. I was like 2.5. That's probably more attention than they've got at school. Like, but it's just that's the thing to expect kids to.
Probably like 15 to 20 people in the class, and like over a 6-7 hour day of the teaching. How much attention is that per like hour, or like per student an hour? That's not even like half an hour, is it? So that's probably half an hour a day of pure attention if you actually put it up. And then there'll be some kids who get more, some people less. But the parent has probably only got 1, 2, 3 kids. So you split that over 2.5 hours each one. That's pretty fucking good, to be fair. They've actually done 5 times as much attention-based work as they probably would have anyway. Probably not as much self-discovery learning, which is probably the best time. But I think, that whole article was worded wrong, and how they've actually had to think about it.
I don't know. I just thought it was a bit shit, to be fair. Like, I just think giving kids a book and go and learn from that every day, well, no thanks. Or like something online, it's like they're not gonna be as interested. And
all the Zoom stuff online. Like, I had one of my clients, like, I was on a call with her, so she's an online client in India at the moment. She's normally a trainer in London, but one of her kids she's at a private school in London. So, but she's currently in India on lockdown there. So the kid's getting taught by one of the English teachers through Zoom, and but he just keeps on running back and going, the camera's turned off again. This is like a 10-20 minute like catch up I'm having, like a normal check-in or an online client, and then that happened 3 times, and she's like, I'm convinced that my boy's just learned how to turn the camera off and just keeps fucking off the teacher. Like 6-7 years old. I'm like, yes, I think that's what's happened. He knows how to turn the camera off now.
100%.
I was like, that's brilliant. I'll do that as a child. I'm like, oh no, sorry. Oh well. People do that. And what's your take on that as well? Because I know some of my clients, and I don't know. Obviously, my clients will obviously turn their video on when I'm talking to them or whatever. And what's with this, like, especially you probably think this as well. Not every call has to be a video call. The phone is absolutely fine. Like, that's
Yeah, I
still
always
exists.
like that.
Why
Yeah.
why do we always have to see each other? Like, absolutely
I
fine.
mean, I've always rung my clients like on the phone normally. Anyway, that's how I always ring my clients. And like when this all kicked off, I was like, why are people not using the phone? Like, just ring
They're
them
like, oh, do
normally.
you want
Like,
to switch to video? No, and you can see what I'm doing.
not really. Yeah, I can speak to you normally. Like, it's fine.
I don't have to stand up or be near a screen or hold my screen out here. Like, I could just be in my headphones and just walk around and do stuff if I'm on a call. Don't really understand. I'm still paying attention. Yeah, don't get that. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that's just been like camera on or camera off in Zoom calls. Have you been in any Zoom conferences?
Yeah, I've been in a few, but I just like to keep the camera off because it's like, what's the point?
Off?
Like, well, I've sat there before in like 2-hour calls and it's just two people talking on a webinar, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't need to interact here. Like, why would I need to bother?
It's weird, isn't it? Some people are very pro on, and some people are very pro off. But yeah, I think it's just if I need to interact, then I'll turn it on. If I don't, then if I just need to listen, then I'll turn it off. Yeah, fuck it. Weird. Otherwise, you can see into people's rooms, and like apparently the Americans are very much like everybody's been like, oh yeah, so I can look at your house. I want to see where you live. I want to see, yeah. And like all of us, all the Brits are like a little bit more reserved. Like, I want you fucking in my house. All right, get out.
Yeah.
This is where I get away from all you fuckers at work. I don't want you to see how weird I really am. Yeah. But yeah, it's a strange time, mate. Also, what have I got to talk about? Cereal, because I've had some interesting cereals over the last week, Daniel.
Have you?
Good cereals, yeah. So I actually tried. What did we have? Did I? Where was it? I need to find it again. So I had obviously the Cotton Candy Crunch we spoke about previously. I think it is good. I think you need to try some. We'll bring some to you when we're allowed to stay over at some point. Apart from in the fucking you told me to stay in the garden. Brilliant.
Mate, you can stay in a tent in the garden. Mate. That's fine by me.
And we got chocolate Lucky Charms.
Good shot.
That's gonna be good. I haven't tried them yet. Normal Lucky Charms, and then the chocolate Pop-Tart cereal. Oreo Pop-Tart, I think it was. I've smashed the whole box already. But it's because in America they don't have Crave, correct? I don't think they do. But so the Pop-Tart cereal is pretty much exactly the same as Crave, but a little bit softer. I didn't know how I felt about it. The filling was really good because Oreo, like, amazing. And I was like, it's a bit, because obviously the Pop-Tart stuff, you can get like strawberry.
I think that could work.
Strawberry and brown sugar and cinnamon, all that kind of stuff. So they've got some cool flavors. But yeah, I would, as I guess, go try those, mate. Because the Pop-Tart cereal is like it's certain Crave, but it's a little bit softer. I quite like the crunch of Crave though. Like it's kind of like if you get it without like the sogginess of leaving it in the milk, pretty decent.
Yeah, I agree. I can see how a softer approach might be just as nice though.
Yeah, but I think it's probably for those soft Americans.
Oh yeah, probably.
And obviously that got me thinking about the cereal characters, mate.
Oh, mate. Do you know what though? It's funny you say that, but I saw something, an argument about it was about someone, some Black Lives Matter activist saying they had Kellogg's in it, and it was like, why are the Rice Krispies characters 3 white like dwarfs or elves, whatever they are, and why is the Cocoa Pops one a monkey? And I was just like, oh my fucking god, like how far are we gonna go with this? Like, it's just a cartoon character for a cereal, much like the chocolate Lucky Charms is just a leprechaun, like just as good as Lucky Charms. Like it's just like
Lucky Charms, like
I was just like, when you kind of think to yourself like, oh my, like I was a bit confused. I was like, okay, this is are we having this debate? Like, where's this going to stop? Like, where is it going to stop?
I mean, 100%. But what is the biggest question? The bigger question would be who would win in a fight? Is either the Cocoa Pops monkey or the Rice Krispie Snap Crackle Pop?
Well, the Cocoa Pops monkey, because he's always getting away from the crocodile.
The crocodile,
but
he never fights him.
Like, no, he has to run away from him, so he's sneaky. The Rice Krispies, they're just soft though, aren't they? They're soft, mate. Hey? They're gonna get beaten up. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
I'm gonna create this bracket. I'm convinced I'm gonna do it because the amount of people that went Tony the Tiger, just because he's a tiger.
Well, he's a tiger, isn't he? Yeah.
Like, you got to think outside the box. He might not be too ferocious.
But doesn't that just show you though that the whole character thing just bears no resemblance to the cereal?
Yeah.
Because Frosty, what's that? Nothing to do with him. Like, I just was so confused by it. Like,
the only thing, the Frosties is orange and the tiger is orange. That's it.
Cornflakes was a cockerel or whatever it is, like a hen or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know what that's. Like,
that's nothing.
Then you got like
Ricicles is an astronaut.
Is a spaceman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, but
like what's shredded? No, what is it? Golden Puffs. What are they? Honey Monster.
The Honey Monster.
Yeah.
Are they called Golden Puffs, man? I thought they're called.
Whatever they're called. Honey Puffs, maybe.
I know they're not called. No, because they weren't allowed to be called Sugar Puffs, were they anymore?
Sugar Puffs, that's it.
They used to be called Sugar Puffs, and now they're called Honey Puffs because you're not allowed to put them.
Surely Sugar Puffs, that's like something to do with like LBGT. Surely there's like some issue there. You can't call Sugar Puffs Sugar Puffs.
Oh, really? Wonderful.
And put Honey Monster. I just don't think you're allowed to do it.
No.
What do you mean? But like, you can make an argument for anything. Like,
yeah,
I don't get it.
Clearly, yeah. I think you take offense. You look like the Rice Krispie Kids. Rice Krispie Kids, one of those. You look like Snap Crackle Pop. Absolutely fine.
Snap, probably Snap. I reckon.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm not sure on Tony. The kind of serial character throwdown bracket. I think we just have to release it day by day on my Instagram.
Hey, the Honey Monster's going to beat the Tiger, Tony the Tiger.
See, the Honey Monster, exactly. People went straight for Tony the Tiger. Yeah. But then
Honey Monster's big.
You've got a pirate. You got like obviously Captain Crunch. He's a captain, so you could probably got a gun.
Captain. He's not captain.
Sorry. He's also captain of a cereal for the last 4 years, so pretty weird. You got loads of options. And you got the toucan, wherever that's from. Is it the Fruit Loops?
What was the bee? What were the loops?
Honey loops.
Now the bee could win because if you're allergic to the bee and the bee stings you, he's won. Like, you got to think about these things, mate.
100%, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna create this bracket and just see what's going on. I've seen one. So there's cereal mascot madness, as in like March Madness bracket. So there's like the rooster, there's a bear, there's a frog. These are all, I think, American ones. So what I'm gonna have to go away and do is do the English-based version, because there was some that I didn't really know. Count Chocula, I don't know who that is.
Never heard of that.
Apparently, I'm assuming he's a vampire, so that would be pretty scary. Then obviously,
just get some garlic for him, mate.
Lucky the Leprechaun, it's pretty cool. But do you go because of Lucky Charms? Do you go with Lucky the Leprechaun or unicorns? Kind of intertwined, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's the Leprechaun mainly, though, isn't it?
Lucky the Leprechaun. Interesting, but we'll create that bracket 100%. See what the victors are. It'll be fun, mate. You can tell that I'm furloughed.
Yeah, definitely.
I got a lot of work on, but that's going to be my fun, so it's fun. Yeah, mate. Right, any other business, mate?
No, not from me.
No, not from you. Wow.
Other than keep an eye out for that gym program Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Get on my email list.
Yeah, you have to do it now because we'll release a podcast after that. But you'll talk about it. You'll be like, I've released this yesterday. Don't do it. Gyms might be there.
Too late. It'll be too late though. On the next podcast, it'll be too late. So.
I'm looking forward to gyms opening. I never thought I'd say that. Like, I'm looking forward to gyms opening, because we're both bare minimum people in terms of working out. And,
but it makes you realise how much I used to love that bare minimum though.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, yeah. It's kept you in. I don't know.
Yeah, he just felt good, you know, just
Felt
feels
good.
good, like lifting heavy weight.
Like, yeah, mental health decent. All right, mate. Thanks everybody to listening, and we'll catch you next week.
See you later.